Good morning, good afternoon, evening, bookers. Welcome to Excellent Books. We're in the library. The beautiful Derbyshire countryside. I'm out for the night. It is the 29th, I think. 29th of August. So I will finish the book that I'm reading. But with it being a Friday, Saturday night, I normally come camping Friday nights. I'm not going to be able to do it until next week. And then me and my wife are away on holiday. So it would have dragged it on. I've been dragging them on, being really pitiful in my content. So we're a little bit early. Everybody don't mind an early bird. So we've got a pile of books there, look. I'm going to make myself a brew. I'll sit down, get me seat in the library, and I'll get back to you. Right then, folks. I'm not going to drink it just yet because I've just made it. And I've got girly lips. But I will. Cheers. We're in this. If you look at me, second ever video. I'm in a copse of trees and I get attacked by the midges, cross a stream, get my feet wet, work my way up the valley, talking about what I've done. That little copse of trees is about 300 metres just down there. And I've come up and there's another ring of trees, big pine trees, and the whole ring is maybe 40 feet in circumference. And the big pines, the smell, it rained earlier, the smell is just incredible. Not quite as good as the woods in Chamonix, but not bad. We're in Derwent Valley Library and we're back out at it. So this month of August, I've had a brilliant reading month. So Edgar saved the day and he kick-started this month. So I started the month off with an absolute classic, The Turn of the Screw and the Aspen Papers by Henry James. He's an American author, but he spent a lot of time in England. It's the turn of the century when he was writing, and these are set in an English country estate and a French country estate, the Aspen Papers. Now, I'd seen the film Turn of the Screw many light years ago when you were all babies, and it was all right. This is one of the first meant to be gothic horror thriller books, and to be honest, and they're the sort I love, Edgar Allan Poe, Machen, Lovecraft, they're what do, Dracula, Bram Stoker, they're the ones that really do it for me. This was a real letdown. It had some proper hype behind it, and to be honest, it just wasn't there for me. So I started the month off on a wee bit of a downer. And I brought these books out with me. So after that, because I've said his name before, Malcolm Guite, he's a philosopher, a poet, a writer, he's a reverend, he's in the Tolkien Society, George MacDonald Society, he's on YouTube. He does some cracking content. And one of his things he says, you've got to read Tree and Leaf by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now, I've never read it before. I am a Tolkien fan, so I got it. And it's only a short, both of these two are only short. This is what? 150 pages, Turn of the Screw, 175 pages, both really quick reads. Tolkien, I took my time over it, ruminated, all that kind of good stuff. There's some good stuff in it. Tells you all about what should be, in his opinion, in the fantasy fiction genre of his day. There's a poem in it, a cracking read, really good. And that picked me up after Turn It Screw. Some really nice lines in it. Excellent, an excellent, excellent read. After that, I was a bit, do I get stuck into one of my monster books? I thought, no. I've got everything in order, stick to your order, crack on with the pile for August. So I've been going to that second-hand bookshop where all these come from, and in there he's got every Herman Hesse book. So I've bought them all. Paid no more than £4 for them. So this one, Herman Hesse, Demian, Penguin edition, should be £9, £4. It's the, I've read Siddhartha, the Wolf one, Steppenwolf, and Siddhartha. What was the other one of his I read? Oh, come on, Nigel Poolface. Anyway, so I picked this one up. It's about a young lad. Well, it's not. It's about an old man. I assume he's an old man. And he's recounting the moments in his life that have caused pivotal points from being a young lad. I think he's pre to very early teenager, to running through university and the influential people he meets, coming out of university, going into the First World War. So it's about a young lad finding himself, basically. He's brought up in a very religious home. He's not got many cool friends, and one day he finds himself out with a couple of his mates from his class who was just tagging along with this geezer who's the cock of the class, cock of the year, joins them, and he feels he has to get in with him. So he makes up a story, and this bully, hooligan of the year picks on him constantly, makes him do things, makes him steal money, makes him steal food, makes him steal all sorts. And he can see, although he's only young, maybe 10 to 13, I can't remember exactly which, he's going from a good Christian young man to his falling in with this proper bad kid who's a real big, tough, hard nut. And he's changing him. And his family are worried about him. And he meets, purely by chance, this other kid that's a few years above him. Name of Demian. Of course. Name it up. Demian, is it? Or is that the young lad's name? Jesus. Whatever. And this kid has got a hold over the bully. And he tells him, "Don't, he's my mate, him. Don't fuck about with him, else your answer to me." And that's it. It's like his world's changed. But Demian is obviously a very switched on youth. He can influence people. He's very well read. Got a blood blister. That's from putting my tent up. He's very well read. And he influences the young lad. And then he goes off, and then he meets a vicar, a wannabe vicar. I'm giving you some right spoilers here. And they get embroiled in the Abraxas, the god Abraxas. Find out about it, read the book. And then he goes to war. I'm not going to spoil the end of it, but it is an excellent read. It's better than Steppenwolf, not as good as Siddhartha. So out of the three, I'd say Siddhartha, this, then Steppenwolf. They're all very based on his own life. But yeah, really good books. Highly recommend it. Now, years ago, I heard about an American book, and it's got really popular. Now, when I heard about it, it was out of print, really hard to get hold of, really expensive, if you could get hold of it, so I never got hold of it. Now it's back in reprint. I had to order it off Amazon from America. My missus got me it, to be fair, for my birthday. So I'm really pleased with this book. It is Hard Rain Falling by Don Carpenter. It's all over BookTube at the minute, or it has been in the last few months. Cheers. And it's about a young man growing up in an orphanage, the trauma he suffers in the orphanage, which is horrendous. He leaves that, runs away from that, starts hanging around pool halls in Seattle, in North America, Seattle, Washington. And he hooks up with these various characters, gets in a few scrapes, ducking and diving. He's a really big, tough lad. Good fighter. Gang, he's in a gang. bit of extortion, bit of robbery, bit of hustling, you know. He's only a young bloke, he ends up in prison, he's set up by these girls, he ends up in prison for rape, which was consensual. And it is quite a, up until that point, when he's in prison, San Quentin, it is quite a harrowing read, not one you want to rush through. Take your time reading it, digest it. It is a good book. It's about the youth of America just after the war, 50s. It's done in date order, so the first one is 1929 to 36, running right up to through the Vietnam War to the 60s, and a little bit beyond the 60s, 63. And when he comes out of prison, he meets this chick who's got money, and his whole life's turned upside down. I won't tell you any more about it, because I was just gobsmacked at the ending. I think he should have left it a chapter before the ending of this, because how he's left it is really weak, in my opinion. Up till the last 5 pages, brilliant book, but I think he just didn't know how to finish the story. He just didn't know how to finish it, which is sad, because up to that point, in my opinion, and it's only my opinion, it is an absolute cracking read. It's just the ending lets it down. What can you do? Hey, what can you do? Brilliant. Hard Rain Falling, Don Carpenter. It lives up to the hype that's gone around BookTok, BookTube, all them things. But before that, it was quite famous anyway. So, because I've started my Edgar series early, and it's only a tiny little book, I'm on book 2 of At the Earth's Core, Pellucidar by Edgar Rice Burroughs. This one, I'm not reading this edition because it's part of my collection. (1975). So he's probably older than some of you. So I don't want to crap that up. So what I do is I go on global grey books, exactly the same. Pellucidar by Edgar Rice Burroughs. You print it off, put your rolls in it, nice big words, 163 pages. It's Edgar in it, and I can read that. You just, and I'm not trashing my little old book, and I'll keep them as well. they've turned out quite well. I've got the whole series of Pellucidar printed out, and I also have all of the books as well, so that's good. The main character, David Innes, comes back from Earth back into Pellucidar to find his love, the princess, who's absolutely gorgeous, who's been kidnapped by what's he called? He has some cracking names, old Edgar. Hoojar the Sly One. He's a right bastard, he is. You just know he's going to be like that. When he first met him, he should have killed him. End of. He's one of them blokes in a story you want dead. In the first opening chapter. But the Sly One, Hoojar, is going to be in all of the books. You know. I have read them all before, but my memory, and when I read them in like the early 80s, I've got no chance of remembering them. But they are cracking me up. Adventure 101. Brilliant. So that is me. Cheers. You've been a lovely audience. This is the little ring that I'm sat in. I'd like to thank everybody that's watched me videos. I'd like to thank all my subscribers, because I think I'm up to 30 now. I hope you're enjoying them. I love reading your comments and answering them. If there's anything that you want to know, send it. I'll answer it. I'm just going to drink my coffee in this little glade. Get the work nonsense out my head. In the library. Don't forget, like, subscribe. If you did like it, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. And I'd like to thank everybody for watching and subscribing again. You're all diamonds. Brilliant. Have a good month. I hope you've all read stacks of stuff. See you later, alligator.